248-539-9797. Ticket text 97136. Okay, NFL playoffs over the weekend. How many of those teams do you look at, did you watch this weekend and think, I would rather have their quarterback than our quarterback?
For me, not a one.
I could make an argument for a couple of them. I don't think any of them makes that much of a difference with this Lions team.
Well, the way to do it is juxtapose it. Throw that quarterback on the Lions on this year's team, and do you think there would have been a discernible difference?
Well, if I look at the winners, do I think New Orleans wins with Stafford at quarterback? Yes. Do I think Atlanta wins with Stafford at quarterback? Yes. Do I think Jacksonville wins with that Stafford at quarterback? Without a doubt. Do I think Tennessee wins with Stafford at quarterback? This is a tough one because Tennessee fell behind by so much, but that seems to be Stafford's wheelhouse. I think Kansas City wins with Stafford at quarterback.
Yep. I think you're right.
I think Buffalo wins with Stafford at quarterback.
Yep.
Do I think the Rams win with Stafford at quarterback? They might.
I think they would.
Like all these losers, Carolina maybe not. It's funny because so much comes back to Detroit when you're watching playoff games. I watch with great envy. I watch with jealousy. And I watch thinking, what do these teams have that Detroit doesn't? And one that jumps off the page, of course, is Aaron Donald, right? They have Aaron Donald in Los Angeles. Not that they won.
They have Aaron Donald, Todd Gurley, and people love Jared Goff, and they lost.
Yep. But another takeaway is Stafford with a running back that gets you 156 yards, because that's what Marcus Mariota had. Derrick Henry had 23 carries for 156 yards. That sounds like something that the Lions would call, October. You know what I mean?
Right. Derrick Henry is a load to bring down, and he was effective in that game. They kept doing what they did, and they ran the football. They trailed. They didn't care. They kept running it, and eventually wore down the Chiefs and won the game. And the Chiefs, once Travis Kelce got hurt, they had no answer, which is strange because they have a running game too. You'd think that they would just go with it, but they really didn't.
We all understand how good Travis Kelce is. I was shocked that just ended the game.
Totally.
He got hurt on their last touchdown drive, which came right before the half. That gave him a 21-3 lead. In the second half, Tennessee takes the opening kick, goes like 9 minutes, 16 plays, touchdown. Kansas City punts back. Tennessee, another touchdown drive. And now all of a sudden you got a football game that's 21 to 16 or whatever it was. Kansas City drives to midfield, punts. Tennessee right down the field, touchdown. And now they lead at 22-21, and Kansas City really never threatened after that. It is, I watch these games and I go, what are the Lions missing? And you know what it's not? Quarterback. It's not quarterback. Are there better ones out there? Of course. But when I see pass rush and rushing offense, those are the things I find myself most envious of.
Yeah, and also to be fair with the Kansas City game, I mean, if you're a Chiefs fan, you're waking up today and you're on talk radio, you're livid with the officiating, and that they didn't really review if Mariota was over the line when he threw the pass. It got batted back into himself, and he caught it and ran it in for the touchdown. The call that it was forward progress had been stopped when it was just a clean, normal play. A sack. Mariota is stepping up into the pocket, gets drilled by a blitzing linebacker, fumbles before he hits the ground. It's picked up by the Chiefs, but they blow the whistle, and the referees do everything but tackle the guy to stop him from going any further, saying, oh, play's over. That would have been 7 points going the other way. Let alone that you may have stopped Tennessee from scoring on that one, the play that the touchdown to himself anyway.
There was so many strange plays in that game where the officials either blew it dead or didn't blow it dead. Tennessee's trying to run out the clock. Derrick Henry fumbles. Derek Johnson picks it up for Kansas City and returns it for a touchdown. And immediately anybody watching the game heard the whistle blow, and then they just let the play run out. And
are they still letting this play go?
And then they, rule touchdown. They get together to review it. And like, what's there to review? One of your guys blew a whistle, obviously thought he was down. But it's almost like they wish they hadn't blown the whistle, so they just kind of went on the presumption, well, we didn't blow the whistle. We can review it if we didn't blow a whistle. So that whistle you heard was really not a whistle. It was a very, very strange game. But when you watch the playoffs this weekend, 248-539-9797, what were you most envious of If it was anybody's quarterback, that's fine. I'd probably debate that with you. But what were you most envious of watching playoff football? Like, if only the Lions had that.
Yeah, tough not to say Aaron Donald.
Tough not to say Derrick Henry.
Well, yeah.
Tough not to say
and Aaron Donald
Lewan
didn't get them to the next round.
How about Lewan and Conklin, the two tackles in Tennessee? It's Karsch and Anderson, open lines. Matt Patricia, if he's the guy, does that concern you? What are your concerns with him? Champ and Chump, get those votes in. If you missed our selection, who wins the national championship game tonight, we'll get to that at 12:36. 97.1 The Ticket.